Hello, welcome back to what appears to be a bit of a longer one, considering I'm actually running out of time, so I need to get down and sit down and record this. And the season of Daily Life is over, and the OVA. It means the next in line is this movie. So, how and when it's connected, and what if it's following chronological order, so this is straight after season 2, yet to be known. But since it is a movie, I'm guessing that there's going to be slightly better animation, more investment into spectacle, but also maybe just a little bit more understanding of the world and what's going on. Some information would be greatly appreciated. You know what else I would like? Some just regular sit-down slice of life moments that we were sorely missing in the past few episodes, so I'm guessing since the movie we might have a minute or two to dwell on that. But I need to go get myself a big drink before we start. But this is the Data Live movie, and hopefully you're going to enjoy it. So sit down, because we're about to begin. Where would we be without this opening logo on all movies? I'm not sure what to expect at all in this, apart from there's going to be some spirits. And a sphere. On what is incredibly desaturated world. What, no one is noticing this corn in the middle of the walkway? Ah. Too much of a good thing, sure. It, right, so are any of those in particular going to be on show here? Well, things have been going too well for too long. Is it power, emotion? We're going into the... I'm guessing that's Miku's concert. Yeah, the idea of a universal balance going on. Thanks for giving us a kind of sing-along karaoke type lyrics. A little bit of a divergence from the slow start and the kind of reveal of the movie to this. But yeah, actually picking up her career again. Everyone loving her performances without the need of her mysterious voice. Talk about me getting too into it. The heat drives many insane. I like this actually showing the the cameraman on stage. So these camera angles aren't just because anime. There's actually someone recording it. Is this going to be in the music video for later? Special CDs you can buy after the concert? But I don't know if the lyrics themselves are painting a particular picture here, for later at least, or if it's just trying to get into the spirit of it all. You might want to take those glow sticks off them, otherwise they'll be swinging them for days. What? No encore? What are people paying for? Mayuri Judgment. Okay. A water park? I mean, we've been here before. I believe it was a water park, at least, back when he was helping his, the Phoenix with her spirit issues. Yeah. They'll never see you lot play around on the slide. Well, if she's going to force her hand. And they picked a pretty decent place. If they, how much, would it cost to book out an entire park like this? Someone's got to get into the pool. The water running down the camera lens. Is the guy with the camera at this place as well? Got to keep a close eye on it all. Origami is a good teacher. But because of all of his hard work, they're able to have an evening like this. Really? With the incredibly slow pan. He does have a bit of a pervy eye there. Yeah, they don't have a minibus. So, well, they want to get back. Not get back in. No, they're staring down the bakery. That's one way of having a peaceful drive back. Looks like they held true to the promise as well, keeping relatively quiet. Which means that all good things need to come to an end. And it's about to be presented to us? What the hell was that? Much like the drop when we saw that character arrive, is it what this entire world itself is a mirage? So the sky itself was a water drop? Or is that just, artistic? Actually, I wouldn't mind a giant bread pillow. Though different, they are two in sync. Who can open the curtains that quickly after waking up? Ah. the white hairbands, but also hopefully it's not something that only he can see. It's something only he can see. Like a... Why is Mana here? Like that... Yeah, like a big bubble in the sky. Could it be something that is... Yeah. Because of Spirit's derived... Shido's derived spirit powers. Do they need to break through and get to the center? At least they've all agreed, you know, Shido's not insane, there is something there. All of them? Wait, all... Who? What did she say? I just read it wrong. Are we going to get another dose of masochism from this dude? Yep. Quite muted, though. Can't reward him too much. So... The Coleman... Jealous? Is this a negative emotion sphere? Or just all of the excess together? Yeah, you really need to find a new crew. Poor man. But what, stripping the place clean as well, leaving him with nothing? After some of the actions, maybe it's deserved, but... Is it growing with more... Ah, okay. With more intense emotions that get dragged up? Of course. The one and only solution to every problem. So all forms of jealousy will fade away to nothingness. Unless it's like every single day that he's been on and there's been some sort of issue crop up. One of the other spirits just happening to see. Oh, yeah, she does just call him Shin. Okay, I didn't misread it. Cherub. Or Kerub, as it was pronounced. Now, I mean, it's relatively late. Not much will be open. They get to, what, pick the time, location. That's up to them, I guess. Okay, so I guess we wonder who's last. Which is I guess, a blessing in disguise, really. It's either being first, so he's full of energy, or last, so it's that lasting impression right at the end. I hate the art style. It's too shoujo. That sounds actually spot on. Though she's first, did Yoshinon not pull a stick as well? Did they say first or third? Let's hope it's not too exhausting for him. At least they're full of pep. How many times is she going to be, just in the back? We're having the transition via passing car. Okay. Yeah, how many times is she just going to be in the background? Hello, Kurumi. Yeah. How many times is she just going to be in the background, peeking up from behind a wall, behind a street lamp? Yeah, just pretend it's not there. No one else seems to be able to see it, which is a blessing. Imagine the panic that would cause. She went for a specific style. I kind of like it. However, she is not present, so therefore, there's no need for that kind of put-downs. Is that a... Would that make her feel better? Are they doing market research? Got to figure out the best way to get the most out of theirs. I mean, the sibling rivalry doesn't last long when they're separated, is it? Going down an alley? Ah, okay. A rather... she's got a guidebook. A rather secret restaurant that only extreme locals really know about. A hidden paradise down an alley. Oh, okay. Yeah, seems good. What's wrong with a ramen shop like that? Yeah, we're here now. Times move fast. When was the guidebook made? Seems like it was a good choice. Sometimes going out of your comfort zone, wandering about just a little, you can find some amazing places. A gnarly pool bar. Still seems good. Why don't they go in and see what it's like? Fair enough, I'd probably prefer an arcade. Though it's not going to plan, yeah, they're still having a good day. Not everything needs to go exactly as it's all ordained. Can we stop, Batmaning around? And is she going to be like the bubble and only visible to him? I mean, she still marked out things that she thought would be good for them. It's definitely a day to remember. Sometimes, the human mind mostly fixates on things that went wrong. So a day like this, where multiple issues did crop up, but it led into a fine evening nonetheless, might make those memories a little more, I don't want to say memorable, but, But one down, now on to the rest. But what happens once they've weakened it sufficiently? And also, now that she's done and having to wait for all of the others, is that... Okay, I don't need to worry. I was going to say, is that jealousy and whatnot going to slowly grow back? But keep it short, sweet, sufficient. Don't need to go all out. However, those around her would not allow it. She has to think about her position and career, I guess. Is there a dress code? And even if he doesn't shape up, is anyone going to say anything, considering who... Oh, he's going the long way around, okay. Who he's with. A little... He's in over his head, really, at this kind of place. But much like the water park that was booked out before, what's to stop them doing absolutely anything, just forcing all the casual people out? Ah, it's one of those days. Yes. It's not really up to him now, is it? What, you're going to disappoint her? The emotional manipulation starts soon. Yes, you will. He has the strength of will of a sea slug. But yeah, there'll be no issues amongst the crowd and news sites with this kind of meetup. Just happened to, vanish into thin air. Quick, let him through. He needs to have a closer look. No to that one. Good thing that he still has that voice alteration plaster. Does the shop not have any sort of rules about this? Wow. Her own personal dress-up doll of this. Didn't they say Norway? Why was it Ethiopia? I would have liked it if she was still stood on the corner, because then it would have confirmed my question that I had earlier, but also always just hanging around the outskirts. He's not going to be able to stop at 6, is he? When they've got a gap in their schedules, at least. No, no can do. I really hope that Toka isn't just going to have a conglomeration of all the other dates prior to that, or prior to hers, picking up with bits of all of it. Why would she need to know? So therefore what, you're not going to, help out? Well, if Shido's involved, that might change her outlook on it. She has my interest. But what's going on? Why are they finding a turtle? He didn't even need the voice changer this time. How long has he been practicing? So you just need to go through the rest, make sure they're all up to par. They really don't have much interaction other than the major issues and the, talking constantly through the earpieces. But just the two of them? Yeah, not much. Fraulein? Okay. I know Japan does take certain influences from Germany since a certain era many years ago. They are going to be keeping up this chase and search for a while. Good that they have their own little hobby, though. I'm trying to remember their first time like actually seeing this character. Was it at a shrine as well? Oh. How many other questions are going to be answered immediately? And they just couldn't really think of anything and keeping it simple. A place that has meaning is just as good as somewhere packed with dumb fun like an arcade. Why is he down there? Uh-huh. Not seen that game before, but I can kind of grasp the rules quite quickly. Actually has some good eyes. I couldn't spot him. What kind of fortunes are they going to obtain? Ah, I see. Bodes well for the future. I mean, he does grab all of the misfortune upon himself, doesn't he? So they don't have to endure it. It's a bit warm in here. I mean, it was a secluded date and a place of meaning for them. So, maybe not so secluded. Retracing steps? So what, once all of the negative emotions and whatnot are sealed away, what happens to her? Finally, Yoshinon gets a little appreciation as well. Is her perfect date, though, just going to be a bakery? Yeah, you probably shouldn't, especially after maybe some of the directives that she offered. Okay, yeah. I like the idea, but I'm afraid of what this twist may involve. Well, she's putting in a little effort, isn't she? That was the point of it all. They're not even hiding anymore. Well, if it works for one of them, why not? But really, they're going that far to try and track them down? Ah. Right. What was the twist? Yep, that makes sense. Pomfy looking art guy. They're not here to appreciate the art in its entirety. An art gallery and then a 100 yen or £1, $1 shop. Go for it. It's not going to break his bank. That's not the point, though, is it? It's the thought that goes into it all that really means something. The hospital? Sneaky. Twist. Maybe not that much of a twist. Captured. This is the... She managed to set that up pretty quickly. And delivered. Yep. Please see yourself out. I need to set up the rope trap again. How many nurses and doctors are going to fall into the same trap. Were they... Yeah, I was about to say, there you go. Summarily escorted out. Constantly following in the footsteps before, gradually learning, or maybe not even learning, just copying. But so far, everything that is being picked up is date related. So, how much money is involved in their guesses of how it would go down? But she's looking at the date with starstruck eyes, so she got something in mind of what she wants. Like Pringles up there. I mean, yeah, sure. Get everything ready for the rest of the day, rest of the week, maybe. Normal shopping. Considering she's the commander of Ratatoska and whatnot, being able to just be ordinary for a while would be pretty high up on the list, actually. I mean, even if she wanted to carry one, swap them over. It's a good time for it, if any. And did she also just have the Fang for a second when she changed over the accessories? When they're doing Hamburg steaks? Ah, pretty much. Amazing. Right. I thought the guess was bad, but seems the animal itself was a little interesting. As for after, even though they're on a date, no. Got to abide by the rules. So, yeah. If they burst in now, it's going to ruin the entire plan. Did they make extra? Ah, swap over. They knew they couldn't contain themselves. You're back to... Ah, okay. What the hell was that? Can she not sit down and eat normally? That was impressive. Keep her in line of sight. How much did... Oh, Kotori's going to be disappointed. Ah. Why, hello there. Which version of her is it? Slightly mischievous, but not murderous? So, since the beginning, Kurumi's been able to see it as well. That's a good bit of information, at least. Good, we're on the right path, because if it had been slowly making it worse, then... Constantly... Now, don't take your eyes off her, don't blink. Damn it, Shido. How cryptic. So you best come back up now. Don't run before it's her turn. Apparently doesn't care much for her belongings. Was that mirror bought specifically while she stood there? Ah. Yeah, how early did they arrive if they've noticed she's been here for an hour? If, you know, considering it's Toga, the best date that I can think of right now is just a recreation of their first, just without the sniper shot. Well, that's the hypothesis, at least. But if the sphere disappears, what is in the center? What is it encasing? Okay. Still a bit hot. Yeah, I guess she's lost all feeling considering how quickly she eats. Surprised she has many taste buds left. I see. How many stools, yeah, does she have picked out? Well, let's hope that he has a empty stomach. So about to remedy that injustice. The best one so far. Yeah. He was surprised by this. He doesn't know her very well. Does she have any pocket change? Was that, what, a fortune that she picked up at the shrine or something else? Nice. Preparing for the worst. Make sure there's no more traps their way. And yet, he's putting in so much work and effort. As amusing as it is, I think that side bit of those lot trying to find not Shido is a little overdone. How helpful! If she was going to intrude at any point... Check up? What? You're disturbing all the other patrons here. Please take it outside. But yeah, dinner and a show. This is a good restaurant. Yeah, let's hope the one sitting just a table away isn't taking this in as the usual way it's meant to go down as well. I wondered where she was going there. That's why she's one of the top members. Hang on, the table next to him was already occupied by someone. Unless I just missaw that overhead scene. Are we making sure what everything is going according to plan, or just keeping you observing it and keeping an eye? The good and the bad, this place. $2 minutes. Well, as long as nothing fluctuates or goes horribly wrong, Spacequakes being a big one, then this entire thing was a pretty good ordeal. Hang on, 40 minutes in and it's just being off the dates. We're down to purple. Does she have a voice of her own? Ah, confirmed. But I really do like how understanding Togger is. It's been shown constantly through this season. Yeah, why has she been following? What are the... There. Okay. Title namesake dropping there. You were all spying on everyone else's date. Why do you think this one's any different? It's been a long week. Huh. Okay. So if he was deemed unworthy, what then? Okay. Cool. Movie over. We can settle down for the evening. Decompose. Just stop existing. Okay. Not something that Shido will go along with easily, considering how fully he wants to save everyone, even if they are born into existence just to... born into existence just to test. And much like everyone else around him, he has somehow managed to touch the heart of this ephemeral being. They may not have known each other for very long, but did Cherubiel not agree with her findings? Oh. Nice colour spectrum. A little bit above Saturday morning cartoon 3D work. But the system seems to have activated. Why? I'm guessing the wavering feelings that she had about disappearing there outweighed logical judgment. But now they can see, so, you know, all's good. He knows about as much as they do. Oh, biblically accurate. Nice. Just, you know, try and keep this area mostly unscathed. It means a lot to them. And what kind of firepower can they lay down against an angel? I knew the name of that style of freeze frame as well, but I can't remember what it is now. Either way, I like it when shows do that. With the combined power of all of the spirits under his command, they might be able to do something against this cherub. Sit down, have a lozenge, protect her voice. I'm guessing, though she may have accepted her fate to resign to nothingness, the angel itself disagrees. But a fancy battle using their various powers isn't going to cut it. We do only have like 20 minutes left though, so what kind of breakthrough is there going to be? I do like all the magic circles when stuff activates. Very efficient. A singular orb. Ah. It has come to reclaim her. I'm guessing through her diligence of following them throughout the dates and seeing them, she also knows what they're kind of capable of as spirits. She's not able to control it very well. This... Maybe it's not their emotions. How long is Mana just going to be stood there? It happened again. How long is she going to be stood there doing nothing throughout this movie? One that is taking over. She got a little too invested in her target. Now, the issue being, what happens here on it? Because he can't exactly just go on a healthy date with her in their current state. Are we also going to get heavily injured? Oh, they made it aboard. Heavily injured Origami to help out in this as well. Oh, okay. Speed it up a bit. We know their names. She is a part of them all. How can they turn their back on her now? Maybe in the world of spirits things are slightly different though. There we go. They're resonating? She needed to transform for the hers to work. Are they all going to get this kind of moment? Or just those two because they weren't in the spiritual dress? No. They're all going to get this kind of moment. They're putting the effort in, these animators, doing the transformation sequences, even if they are mostly just freeze frame. We haven't seen her in her original outfit much. Considering each of them have been saved by his brutal honesty and willingness to just fight for everything to save them. Great, now that they are all on the same wavelength that they were pretty much on before, is the constant bombardment of attacks now going to have to take a different approach? Also, did the sound get a lot quieter? Or is it my headphones? Hopefully it's not my headphones dying, but now it's ramping up. The mixing definitely sounds a little odd. All they have to do is make a path for him to get him in close. Throw me. Don't tell the elf. I would like it if Shido is able to use some of the other powers and angels, not just Sandalphon. But maybe that's for later seasons. Like, the knight that he is, arriving in the nick of time? Okay, and it reforming around them. He needs to remember he can't fly. Okay, so rescued Mayuri, saved Cheeto. What now? They can't. If she can't control it. Oh god. I thought it was just about to retreat because she had come to terms with her emotions. No! It's going off the deep end. Good thing it missed the city. When in doubt, add massive explosions beyond the mountainside. Normal attacks? Oh no, so what are they going to do? Emotional? Huh. Telepathy? Or resonating as well? Okay. They've formed a spirit ring. Is this going to be what a self-sacrifice? Using the power that she has to give them the boost. I didn't say that. Can her... No. Territory... block that. They're not ready. Using himself as a ballistic missile. Yeah. So... with the power behind them like that? That didn't go well. Super Boost Toka. This one's a little bit more than the other transformation sequences. That's why it was rather subdued earlier. For this reveal. Oh, no time to stick around for a fancy pose. I do like that she's being given the limelight for all of this. Even if it has put the others in a bit of a support role. Considering everything that they've been through so far, Toka hasn't had much time or ability to show off much. What do you have to... Okay. At the same time. Amazing. So how do you cut it off? That might do it if it's her angel, her ability. Now for the final cut. Even though this angel is a little off-putting 3D compared when it's sat next to the 2D at least, it's not too ostentatiously bad, especially when they cut in scenes like that and do it nicely. Nice. Unfortunately, with the demise of the angel, is there a demise of the spirit? It didn't. I thought the movie would keep a status quo. Hoped against it, but that's. Yeah, that translation didn't quite go with what she said. And she was born to love him, I guess. Able to stand by his side. Can they stop the ceiling once it's started? B1? What is this moment of realization for her? I think this might have needed a little more build up for it to be as hitting as they think they want it to be. But for Shido, I think having a character that's unable to step up and... Aren't you happy about it? Step up and save. What did she do? I mean, always pulling the strings, making sure things go according to plan, sure, but was there a moment where you could actually tell there was some interference? Ah, they're going that route with it all. Since it was born from each of them, yeah. Little more than just a memory. There's no giant sphere anymore. Isn't he allowed a day off? Some moment of rest and respite? He hasn't recovered from the last one yet. Next month. Yeah, you can't fault him for at least trying. He made it down those steps. Fast. The fact he's not even in visible range anymore. Just how much did he want to hold off on those dates? I would have liked it if we saw some damage on the outskirts from that big blast as well. But as far as a Date A Live movie goes, fair. Pretty much what I kind of would have expected. A self-contained story that also kind of pushes on each of the characters. I would have liked it if there was a little less, as I said, status quo, where things go back to normal. But if it goes into the next season and there is reference back to, if not Mayuri, at least maybe the necklace or something. But yeah, a observer to see if he was the right one. How sentient is spirit energy itself to create a being like that? What is the powers that be that really control anything if it's like a self-containing system. But yeah, 40 minutes of that, just fun, frolicking adventures of dates, whether it be in the home, an arcade, shrine, or the hell that Toka put him through. I got exactly what I asked for, didn't I? I said I wanted more kind of slice of life, slow moments. So it's just a question now as to what exactly Kurumi both did in this movie, but also is just up to, in general, behind the scenes. What is her mission, her plan? And also, how and why do the spirits come into being? What's the connection with the space quakes? Is any of that going to be answered? I wasn't expecting the what looks to be sepia tone flashbacks to scenes of the movie itself. Their individual moments and dates. Oh yeah, that moment with Origami with a really forced perspective and push in close with the camera. That came out of nowhere. But yeah, as far as my feelings on Date Live go, from the first season I was a little cautious of it. And this movie kind of encapsulates everything that I like about Date Life without going into the absurdity of some of the more forced bits, where it goes overly lascivious. Is that the right word? A second fortune. Jesus, wow. You could tell of how many times I was wiping my forehead. It's a bit warm today. Oh, there's a storm coming, that'll be why. Okay. Anyway, we're staying away from the realities of our world and delving into the one of spirits, having this story kind of thrust upon us, which was unconnected to anything I've seen before, but using elements of the story so far, such as why is Origami in hospital? Well, watch the season to find out why you're starting with a movie. I do like how it wasn't explained out to you again about who each of the characters are. This was for people who've seen the series, for people who cared, that just extra for you. And while there were elements that I thought that it would do, much like Shido being able to see the orb, but nothing really presenting itself for anyone else, I thought it would lean into pretty much what every other story would do, and people not believing him and him having to then slowly work it out that he's not lying. No, they just like, oh, okay, let's check. Oh, there is something, we just can't see it. So, oh, that was handled succinctly, okay. I guess to cut down on the runtime and less meandering, I appreciate it. When it's doing things that where I would expect it to go, and then subverting that, not in any kind of especially clever way, just in a very nice and expedient way. And as far as the dates go, the ones where, like the very first one, planned out, didn't go to plan at all, the guidebook was a little out of date, still managing to have a nice time with the places that they visited, it just kind of worked out. I think that's exactly how anything of mine would go, because I don't really do planning. When I do plan, things don't exactly, well, follow that. But sometimes the best things to happen to you are ones that surprise you, sneak up out of nowhere, and suddenly, amazing date. So when you don't know what you're expecting and run into something quite spectacular, I think that makes it all the better, right? At least that's my excuse for not doing any proper work and not planning things in the future. But that was the Date Alive movie, and hopefully you enjoyed it. I would say so much more, but I am boiling. I need to open the windows, open the door, and die. But not before I see some more anime. Especially this story. I'm kind of intrigued now as to what's going on behind the scenes. Not only Kurumi and her dealings, not only Wellcott and whatever he's getting on with, but the idea of the spirits themselves and where they originated from and why they're in this world. So you might as well carry on to the next season. If you liked this, let me know. Leave a like and even a comment down below. Consider subscribing to the channel. You can also head on to my Discord if you haven't noticed any links down below already. Most importantly, get yourselves a bit of rest. Find that special someone that you would dissolve into nothingness for. And I'll see you for the next one.